Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? How are you on this glorious day as spring approaches? I hope you had a wonderful night's sleep. Well, with that being said, with no further ado, let's just get with it. This is Married to Medicine. I want to do something a little different. I have to wear these glasses. I hate looking crooked. So, my glasses always be like this on camera, right? Because I refuse to buy glasses because I break them. So now I'm just scrounging around. Every pair of glasses I have only have one. And I refuse. So I punish myself because I don't want to spend $300, $400, $500 on a pair of glasses. So this is why I'm doing it. But I'm breaking down. I have to. Nevertheless, let's get to this. I wonder about Quad and King's relationship. Mm-hmm. Is it too legit to quit? Or is it just a little respect when you get home?
Okay.
I don't know what it is. So I went and pulled 3 cards. The first card I pulled was the Queen of Wands in my meditation. The second card I pulled was the 5 of Cups. And the last card I pulled upside down was the 10 of Swords. Now, I don't really read cards upside down. Well, I do, but I'm starting to, especially when I just got 3 to do. I ain't got to look at all 18 cards or whatever. Mm-hmm. So this small I can do. But one of the things that struck me about the 10 of Swords, I thought that if you turned it upside down, it would get better. You know what I mean? Yes. Like it's just a negative card. But you think if you turn it upside down and make it right side up, it'll get better. It was just as worse. Worse. I'm just telling you what I've seen in the cards. And don't worry, I'm going to run a couple of more. But I wrote it down because I didn't even want to mess up. The first card I see is the Queen. Mm-hmm. That's Alpha. That's Alpha Quad right now. This is her world and we're living in it. Mm. Okay, by way of Married to Medicine. She's very, very, she is very unself-assured. Mm-hmm. She comes off as if she's self-assured, mm-hmm. as a persona. So in other words, she's deceitful even to herself. Mm-hmm. It's a persona because she's not self-secure. She's insecure. Mm-hmm. And as you know, she said that she was dating this guy, King, for 2 years. Now she's trying to rope him in. Yeah. She's trying to rope him in. She's trying to say, look, I can get you on the show. And he's all eager. He's there for the ride. If you can take me, who wouldn't? I'll lay it right. I'll play the part. I'll be cool-headed. I'll be the man that fight for you. I'll be whatever you need me to be, just to be in the presence of these doctors, football players.
Yeah.
My God, where can you take me, Quad?
That's true.
But what he doesn't know, but he will find out, is Quad is on borrowed time herself.
Yes.
Quad, he sees Quad, and he sees Quad is in denial of her feelings for Greg.
Clearly.
It ain't over with them. Mm-mm. Now, this is what I see in this Queen.
Yes.
Okay? Now, I want them to work, but then as you begin to see, they was on my brain so bad. This about 12 o'clock, I said, I got to do a reading on them.
You did.
Because I'm jumping ahead of myself. So the next card I see is the 5. Now, when a 5 of Cups show up, any 5, I don't care what it is. Look at we in 2025, and it just seemed like we done had disaster after disaster after disaster. Mm-hmm. Am I right?
Yeah.
And the year ain't even started good yet.
No.
We haven't even hit it spring yet.
No. And it's been a while.
And you scared to blink. In other words, we haven't even made it to the 3 months, January, February, March. Spring come at the end of this month. We ain't even at the end of the month to start the full season of spring. That's crazy. And we done been through hell.
We have.
And the story just getting ready to get started.
Just getting started.
We're in 5s, remember? So anyway, so here we are, 5. And this 5 of Cups says disappointment, regret. These are the words that I chose to express it. Mourning. This is for Quad. And the last card, the 10 of Swords. I mean, the 10 of Swords. Yeah, the 10 of Swords. Upside down. And remember, it's all about beginning of a starting over.
Yes.
But something has to end or stop or decrease or increase to start over. All right. So this 3 here says, I didn't even want to say it, but when I look up my words, I really want something to really penetrate what I'm saying. What's that word when you inadvertently?
Inadvertently?
Inadvertently, yes, that's the word. I wrote it down because that's the word I was struggling with. Inadvertently, severing ties. Her and King ain't gonna make it. I'm saying it. I hope I'm wrong for her because she really want King. She's doing everything. She's flexing. Even that car that what is it? Excuse me for snap my fingers.
Okay.
What's that card that he gave her?
Oh, was it a Rolls Royce?
The Rolls Royce wasn't even really hers. Come on, it's just propaganda, pomp and circumstances. Quad is barely on the show herself.
That is true.
Barely. She's not even married to Medicine.
No, they trying to fight to keep her.
And because they just did that to use Sweet Tea, I don't know what they did. It don't make sense. I am not trying to make sense. But let me get to this reading and then we can go on about it.
Okay.
So I don't see their relationship making it. I think that Quad is too alpha and set in her way. King is really starting to see who she is and how she operates, especially around her friends.
Yes.
Quad comes off as if she is so assured of herself.
She really do.
But she's really insecure. And if you could take away Heavenly, move her from the show, which ain't going to happen. I don't understand why. I do understand because people love that kind of drama that she brings. I'll get to that later. Let me get back so I can finish with Quad. So here, I just see she's too dominating. And he's the type of man that I'll be the man. And you want to test me to see if I cook, I clean. I do all that. But I'm not going to move in your house.
Yep.
I'm not going to move in your house. The funniest thing is I didn't see it until this morning because I fell asleep when I seen bits and pieces, but I just felt it wasn't exciting. But then all the bloggers that I watched was like, oh, it was a good episode. It was really good. So of course, I'm going to go back and look at it. First time I was doing something, didn't do it. Second time, and it's like 3 times. And finally this morning I got to finish it. So these cards are true. So before I go, I want to ask one question. And that's because that's what I got. This relationship is not. She's too strong. She's too bullheaded. She's on a wing and a prayer herself. If they do a shakeup, they know that the producers know that this is not right. You can't let stuff like this go on for ratings because these are not the kind of ratings. Because when I look at Married to Medicine, now you tell me. When I look at them, and I'm being honest, I wouldn't want to go to not nail one of them, not even the psychiatrist.
Yeah, honestly.
I would rather see her husband because it's like he's been around her so long, he became the voice of reason. He became the psychiatrist. That's what Baby Crone said. Baby Crone said he the psychiatrist.
Yes.
He done been around it so long. He know how to talk. And plus he's been in sports and all.
Yeah.
So anyway, what would you like to know?
I would like to know, how does King feel about Quad?
Go ahead, pick your 3 cards.
Ooh, okay.
Now, I don't want my energy on them.
Okay.
Is that which one you want?
Yes. Okay. The one from the beginning.
You gotta really feel, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Okay, turn them over.
Beginning, middle, and the end. Okay.
Tell me what you see.
Should I leave them upside down?
Just the way they are.
Okay, Justice card upside down.
Justice is always about finding the balance.
Yeah.
Justice is always about making the peace in a relationship.
Yeah.
So if justice is about the balance and of the scales and about court cases and about things like that, it usually show in your favor. But if it's upside down, then that means off.
Yes.
It's off.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing that is off is the Two of Cups.
Need less, say more. The friendship is not, she poured him out.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's got the king that's looking at everything. Mm-hmm. King is not wanting this.
Yep. Oh my God, King, literally. And also timing up for quad too.
Absolutely. He's looking directly at her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They are kind of looking at each other.
We hold them like this. Other way.
No, honey, they got, where? On this side?
Yeah, there we go. Uh-huh.
I don't know if they could see it.
Hopefully you can see him looking. Okay.
But they are. This relationship isn't going to work. Mm-mm. You understand? It's not going to work. He's seeing who she is.
Yep, the lopsidedness.
The lopsided. She's alpha. I'm telling you, it's the woman's season. It's her season. She's all over the place. She's roaring like a lion, a lioness. She's growling with all this testosterone energy. And yet they maintain their femininity.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Wild.
They're like, the best way I could say it in the way that I see it, if you step back and start looking at these women objectively, you'll see it.
You will.
It's like, I don't want to say negative energy. It's masculine.
Yes, masculine, definitely.
Frightening. And he sees that. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, we can get a house together. And he's reasonable.
Mm-hmm, that is true. I did like that.
He's reasonable. So here in these cards, I can tell you that Quad is going to be hurt and devastated because another one bites the dust with her.
Yeah.
And then Quad stop being so selfish and so fake and start being real. She'll be okay.
Yeah, never put it in no better words.
And what about you? What you have to say?
Yeah, most definitely for how King feels about his relationship with Quad.
It's not what he wants.
Not what he wants. He sees the imbalance, and he also feels like,
and he sees with Justice that she's emasculating him. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm not going to be in this. You may have treated your ex like that. Right. In other words, he's seeing her. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to let you pussy whip me like that.
Yeah.
And like he said, I'm going to have you back and you're going to be put to sleep. Like I'm a man's man.
Yes, he did.
What'd he say? Mm-hmm. So anyway, go ahead. Let's start it. So I'm glad that I got that out the way. I feel so much better. Was that good?
Yes, that was good. Because honestly, that's because we finally got to see a side of Quad and King this episode with that conversation where she was finally trying to define the relationship. So she's like, so where we're going, where we're heading in the future, we getting married, we're going to have kids, like what's happening? And he was just like, yeah, I'm not going to move into your house, but we can buy a house together.
That's so fair.
Which is completely fair. And I understand that. And I also understand where she's coming from too. She's like, this is my independence. I bought my own house. I don't want to let it go. Respectfully so.
And because I don't want to go through the same thing that I went through with Craig. So this is Greg, Jock the G, the same energy.
That's true.
And Dr. G's defense, Quad did push him. However, we are responsible to how we respond. I do agree. But there is somebody who can just push you to the edge.
Yes.
None of us are exempt from making a mistake. I think Dr. G did as best he could with her mouth. I really do.
And
I think that Quad was drinking and just went overboard. The thing about Quad that I don't like, and I've been really meditating on this, and that is she doesn't never acknowledge anything that she does wrong. Like it's just, I mean, even when she's out in the world is cheering her on because, yeah, baby, and it's like, I'm like dumbfounded that this show makes me feel weak. It makes me feel hopelessness because it makes me feel like it isn't going to change, and the bad girls stay together and the good people get kicked out, and it makes me feel hopeless. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like anything going to change. The Heavenlies are going to get over. I think if Heavenly was gone from the show, I think that Quad could have a chance.
Oh, okay.
I do believe that. I think because it would make her neutral. She ain't got an instigator there that's always ready to fight, always just loud and indignant. I want her gone, but I have no power. So to see, well, I don't want to jump into it. We'll get to it when I get to it. But my point is, it just makes me feel hopelessness. Like, that's the world we live in.
Yes, clearly.
That's just how the world is. Mm-hmm. They don't see themselves.
No, they don't.
That's how I feel. I just feel hopeless.
Yeah. I mean, there are some voice of reasons going back to Married to Medicine, like Contessa, who at her, it's interesting that they picked to have this conversation at a healthcare event when
but before you go there, let me say this.
Okay.
Even when she was talking to Dr. Heavenly about this, Dr. Heavenly is such a scrapplehead that she didn't say, look, if I'm not, this is what makes us a doctor. Mm-hmm. We should give back.
Yes.
And still, the scrapplehead is like, this ain't gonna work.
She said you're being irresponsible.
That is you're gonna let this show stop you from help.
Yeah.
Oh,
for real.
I can't. Go ahead.
Yeah, honestly, that.
So then, really when they in that place, go ahead.
Yes, while they're in that place, Contessa finally. So what happened is Quad does not want. King did not come to the event because of the restraining order that G has towards him.
And listen.
Okay.
Everyone had the right to press charges if they feel threatened.
That's what it's there for.
Now, you all don't have to like it.
Mm-hmm. But it was real for him.
The law locked up Karen.
Mm-hmm.
He launched at that man.
He did.
And he's like, I said it. It looked like little David and Goliath. And then you're going to say it didn't take all that. Well, he didn't launch at you.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you can all talk because I feel Greg on this.
I do.
Greg is dealing with a dominating wife that's ready to scrap another scrapple head. Quad number 2. And don't forget, it's all about the money, bitch. Mm-hmm, yeah. Don't forget, Quad. I like her. Mm-hmm. I like her. I think she's good for the show.
Yeah.
I just feel as though at least a couple of more episodes, like a couple of more seasons. Give her time to grow, and she's young. And y'all seasoned. Y'all done been there so long, your seats are dry rotted.
That is honestly true.
So now some new blood is coming in with some new energy. Even I'm having to adjust to it, that she's a scrapple head. I just don't like that these old broads are doing this.
Yes.
It's not fair. I am so glad that Contessa is the voice of reasoning.
Yes.
The negative thing I got about Contessa, Contessa saying, I'm new to, no, you're not. No, you're not new.
Just returning.
You're returning, girl. You're not new. This girl is new. However, I do understand what she means when she say new. In other words, I'm new. I understand how this group works. I got to stand on my own. I got to fight my way in. And the only way I'm going to do it is being fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not going to get in choosing and picking. That ain't right.
Exactly.
I'm a doctor.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Contessa.
I'm a doctor and this need doctoring. Paraphrasing.
For real. It does need doctors.
And because she's talking to that nutty Heavenly who doesn't want the peace.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't want it. If Quad would have walked out, let her walk out, because if Dr. G and Sweet Tea walked out, nobody would have walked out with them.
Nope.
But no, there is troublemaker, Heavenly,
walking out with her.
Walking out and throwing insults. Even they said at the table, can we agree? This is what Dr. What's her name? Not Heavenly, Dr. Contessa said, can we agree to disagree?
Yes.
Because how do you disagree with a burping volcano? She ain't right up there. And the thing is, she thinks she's right. And what trips me out is that's Dr. Jackie's best friend on the show.
Yes.
That makes me question Dr. Jackie.
It definitely does.
Because I do think that Dr. Jackie can be a voice of reasoning.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I
do think that's fair. I do think she's an instigator, but she's tolerable to me. I'm being honest. She can, she shouldn't be, what Dr. Jackie does, she doesn't say anything loud.
No.
She just egg it on.
Yes.
She'll egg it on. She won't be the initiator of it, but once it's out there, she gonna egg it on. Gently.
Yeah, gently.
She's not gonna be the loudest one in the bunch, but she's the deadly one, because she is the one that they really, really look up to.
Yes.
And I think they do with Simone, but because Simone is such a scrapple head, it takes away from her doctoring.
Yes, Simone is just a character, period.
Yeah, Simone is a character. And I think,
the way she and her husband are going about,
with her kids.
Yes.
She has no other choice. But her kids, her kids are weird. Her kids are weird like her.
Yes.
She weird. She weird to me. She's bright. She's a bright woman. I'm going to give her that.
Yes, definitely.
And I bet she's a good doctor. But because she's so loud, she couldn't help me. Because I would think she's yelling at me.
Fair enough.
Even in her calm, she's loud.
Yes.
I can't handle that. Because I don't want nobody to hear what you're saying to me. So I want you to be like, I want you to know that. But she'd be like, and that would be her gentleness. I couldn't. Where Dr. Jackie will lower it and give me everything, especially if I'm paying big money.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So that's how I see them. I wouldn't go. I truly believe that Dr. Heavenly is a good dentist.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I could never go to her.
Not with that attitude.
I couldn't. I wouldn't even want that energy in my mouth. But no. Her husband, no.
Which also is trying to be like on Dr. G's side and say that he understands where G is coming from.
That's only because all the other guys are saying that they understand. He's just saying that because it is clear he still have a small rumble in his gut for Dr. G about Dr. G not standing up and taking his side. I don't think he hate Dr. G. I just think that just broke something in him, and it's just that his slip is showing. So when he's with the other guys, I can tell you, I do think Dr. Jackie husband really do care about Dr. G.
Yeah,
I really do. I don't think that's a pretense, because he's the one that said, maybe you need an apology, because he does feel like they left him alone out there. And he's been with that group the longest.
Yes. And
y'all abandoned him, run the quad, who y'all girls got rid of, got her back. It's just crazy to me. And he's married to medicine. The real deal, what should be on the show.
Exactly.
Not Quad and her fling. She brought that stuff to the open, and it's about to blow up in her face. Believe what I'm telling you. This relationship isn't going to work. King ain't going for it. He sees now how Gregory is.
Yes.
And it's like, now that I see Gregory, there's a man undercurrent with men. They got a cold, no matter what, bro. But it's like the cold he got. You ain't gonna pussy with me. I'm not gonna be 7 years out of relationship and still pissed off at you. That's what I'm getting. I don't know if I'm expressing it right.
That's true.
But he looking at the situation. That's why he like, if I got to apologize to Dr. G, let me do. This ain't about nothing, because ain't nothing going to come of this really. But it's just the principle that the group is making it a big deal.
Yes.
It really isn't a big deal, really.
No.
Because at the end of the day, he didn't hit him. He launched whatever, maybe pay a fine.
Drop the charges.
Now adopt the charges. It's not nothing.
No.
I don't care what state you in. You can't charge somebody for what if. You know what I mean? And Dr. G doing this, flexing. I know I can't beat you, but the law can. And if they want Dr. G to calm down, because remember, I told you, he's alpha male. And the psychiatrist, man, what's his name? The ex-football player.
I'm not sure.
Well, anyway, I call him the psychiatrist because he's married to the psychiatrist.
He for real is.
He is like more of a psychiatrist, than she is, honestly.
Yeah, for real.
At this point. So I thought he gave it a good analysis. I thought he did good. But I think what they all are missing, they are seeing it like he just still bitter over his marriage.
That's true.
I don't think that's what it is. I think that he's bitter over she don't shut the hell up about their marriage.
Fair enough.
See, that would bother me.
Constantly living in
living in my past. Have you ever been in a relationship and that person can't move forward because they constantly talking about the past? You can't go forward. Y'all, he did something or she did something. And even here it is, 3 years later, 7 years, 10, they still living in the past. Look at me, I'm getting frustrated.
Yes, it is frustrating.
Hopelessness. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
To hold on to that.
How do you move forward?
How do you move forward? He's like, I'm married. I love my wife. My wife gets upset with this.
Yes.
I tell my wife not. She don't listen. She another quad. And if she doesn't chill, she gonna be number 2. Because he doesn't, he's an alpha male. And if you marry him, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's like he living like the Bible.
That's true.
Now, I think the Bible's archaic, but people live their lives on it.
Yeah.
He up there, look, I'm trying to take care of the house. I'm doing what I gotta do. Woman, you cooked, and he old school. Ain't got nothing to do with his age. I know young men like that.
Yeah.
Brought up in that church with that church doctrine. Women, be submissive to your husband. I don't have a problem being submissive to my husband or my significant other if they are submissive to my needs and wants. It has to be a give and take.
Yeah.
That's what justice is all about, the fairness. You know, y'all want to make a woman insignificant, like a woman came from the man rib, like a piece of nothing.
Yes.
Like a broken off piece of rib that you don't even miss. But that's a lie. They didn't interpret the word rib right. We came from the side of Adam. Let that bake for a moment. Not his rib, the side. Flesh and bones and all. His side. So I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, because we definitely need that because we see that dynamic working out with.
They show the side because your rib cage is on the side.
Yes, it is.
No, we didn't come from his rib cage. We came from his side. Flesh, bones, muscles, tendons, and all.
Yeah.
Even DNA.
Yeah, literally his other half.
His other half. Come on here. So, you know, we sit in these things when truth is out there. And as I said before, if you can't read and you can't use a computer, and there are many people out there like that, you're going to see And they're going to realize that their looks are fading. It ain't like it used to. That's where Quad is. Quad is so, I just got this house and I don't want to lose my house. I get her.
Yeah, I do.
Then that man ain't the one, Quad. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because he's like, and he have a house. Yeah. And he is right. If we're going to do this thing right, you sell your house, I sell my house, and we get a house together. She's like, you done lost your mind. You better reconsider. He hearing what she's saying. You done sound crazy. You done lost.
She even said, she was just like, is this some ego man thing? He's like, yes, it is.
Yes. You ain't gonna dominate me. I seen how, that's what a man code. I seen how you emasculated Craig. I heard you. As a matter of fact, when Dr. G said what he said, he listened to it. He was there looking at it.
Yes, he was.
Maybe he was caught up and didn't connect the dots until Quad was talking all night about this. Then he got all puffed.
He got puffed, swolled up.
He got swole. Then he had to flex, like, oh, I got to go flex. I didn't flex last night. So he want to act like, oh, you said that? Ninja, you know he said it. But you didn't flex that night. True. It was only when Quad all night and this and that, and the men said that was wrong. Oh, really? Here we go. Look, every time I blow, puff, get big. There you go. That's when he got like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly how that played out.
So, and now it's like it's like, oh, I got to be a man. They want to see how I handle this. I got to go. So he went in. All I can do is go to fight this little blot it now. Now, what I'm saying is this. Enough of that. I lost my train of thought. I said a word I shouldn't have said. And go ahead.
That's how he felt. That's probably his energy and how he was feeling about the situation.
Yeah, it's like he had to prove himself. And now that he has time, I do think he's rational. Yes. I do. I think he's rational. And I think that he's like, Quad, I'm not going to let you treat me like Gregory. And I think Gregory is bitter. And Quad is bitter. And it's over the house.
Okay.
It's over that house. And it probably make her sick to know he won the house.
It does.
And maybe because at that time, he was the one that could afford the house. You understand? Because if they both could have afforded, then it would have to been something to work out.
Right.
Or they would have been made to sell. But at the time, that happened on Vanderpump Rule.
Yeah.
See, who is able to afford it sometimes can keep it. So to me, it's the house. And another thing, we also know that she knows that Gregory is done with her. They don't go into the fact how she went and asked Gregory for a prescription.
No.
They don't go into the fact that she went and the things that he told her no. They didn't go into that. But it's easy to say, oh, he don't want her back. He don't want her back. But the way she act like she regret letting him go.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's how she act. It just seemed like that's how she act. Like, I don't want him. I can't stand him. But I could have the life, be on this show, be a doctor's wife, what she really want. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just my interpretation of that. You have anything else to say? And let me say this.
Okay.
Simone and her boys.
Oh, okay.
They weird. They're weird. And I find them disgusting. And I don't understand how they could have it so good. All they have to do is keep their place clean.
That's true.
That's it.
That's all they had to do.
That's it. And they made an agreement.
They did.
They signed the contract. And they still being pinheads. They're embarrassing.
It is.
I wouldn't even want them on camera. I wouldn't want to show my grown sons living like that. Ick. And your mom on air treating you like babies.
Well,
see, she got to put her foot down. Though. Yeah, she got to put her foot down. You know, like give them 3 days, y'all got to find your own place to live.
That's true.
Detach.
You're right. She said, come back home.
Come back home. No, detach. Because her husband ain't going to let that happen. No. Detach. Y'all work, go find a place, detach. Because if they're home and the way they live is upsetting you all to this point, you need to let that go. They are saying we don't need you and we don't need your rules and we're going to do what we want to do.
Yeah, that's how they treated it.
And it's just no respect at all. Her sons are pinheads and I find them disgusting. And then they laugh and giggle and then they say, oh, it's clean to me. They just jackasses.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sure if she's trying to do this to like make them feel embarrassed. That
whatever. They just look at her like she's a joke.
They really do.
They have no respect for her wishes or desires. And she's always reaching out because they are like that. Because if they don't, I'll go clean it. You need to let them then just go.
Yeah, I'll just sleep.
Don't bring them home. You disturbing your peace. Y'all, when this year's up, y'all got to get out of here. Y'all on your own. Find your own place. That's what I would do.
Yeah, honestly, they're
when this year is up,
a line to cross.
Yeah, when this year is up, y'all on your own. Find your own place. This is off market for you. That's what I would do because they show her disrespect. This is not one time, not two, every time. But yet you're going to say you're going to come home. You got to let them grown men go. And that may be hard, but they men. They men. You're making them weak. And the way that they are, the way they treat you, imagine how they'll treat their wives or girlfriends. It's despicable, in my opinion. Now, what I didn't like, you have something to say on that?
No.
I'm choosing this hall. The way that it ended with Contessa really trying to work it out. Really, she's trying.
Yeah, she's trying.
And you had that Heavenly get indignant, get loud. And she even said to her, what did she say?
I don't know.
She just pretty much said that, ignore that. She ignorant. She didn't say that.
Oh, I think she said something along the lines of, you're always negative.
Yeah, you're negative. You're just negative. And then when she goes to leave, because she's going to follow the drama, because she want to egg Quad on, because she can't stand T, because maybe T behind cameras done bucked up to her and was ready to fight her. And we know she a big fat mouth and say, security.
She will.
And maybe she know, maybe Sweet T, because something must have went on when they now saying that, she can get out of control. They doing Sweet T wrong. And if the network let her go, I think that I don't know. I don't know if I will.
I hope the network doesn't let her go, but her and Dr. G both choose to respectfully leave. I mean, I want them on the show.
But they want to leave.
Yeah. T is feeling unwelcome. Dr. G is like, I've been friends with these guys for so long. Yeah. And now I'm starting to feel like they don't even have my back. What am I even doing here? It's getting to the point where they are starting to.
They've been iced out.
Yes.
But I'm telling you, this relationship will not last. And now you got rid of a real couple that love each other. And the way y'all did that, nobody is taking accountability. Well, we did sit them down. No one wants to say that Quad's mouth, which it was, and enough is enough.
It is.
Sometimes you just had enough. I think the whole time he's been patient with her.
Yes, he definitely has been.
And so I just think right now they just want Sweet Tea off the show for Quad and this same old BS. I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of Heavenly. I don't even know. See, I feel hopeless. Between Quad and Heavenly, the two my strong dislikes. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, I would take Quad over Heavenly. What about you? Quad or Heavenly?
Quad.
You could take Heavenly over Quad.
No, I could take Quad over Heavenly.
You sure?
Yes.
I could take Quad over Heavenly because they can handle Quad. You can't handle Heavenly.
No, there's just no.
I think that I think Dr. Contessa was reaching. I think she was reaching to Quad. Mm-hmm. But then you heard Heavenly say, not if there's a warrant or what, mm-hmm. not a warrant or whatever.
A restraint involved.
Yeah.
Like
that.
You didn't need to say that.
And then here is the other doctors. See? They treat her like she's a baby. She can't help it. Mm-hmm. That big fat bitch can help it. They treat her like, oh, and then she leaves out and yell across the room.
Right. So
to when Dr. Contessa, I guess Dr. Contessa had to say, you can leave.
Mm-hmm, please.
And she went like that. It's enough with her. Mm-hmm. And I know that she got fans. And I tell you another thing before we cut this. What I realize is a lot of gossip goes out before we get to see the final episodes. That's true. I think Dr. Heavenly puts a lot of stuff out and put a spin on it. Mm-hmm. So when we do look at it, it's not what she said it was.
That is true.
So
she tells it from her.
It from her point of view. When I looked at the end, it was nothing like I don't even follow her, but I may hear something she says because she just
She's everywhere talking about Married to Medicine.
She's everywhere all at once.
Yes.
I think she's a hurricane. Mm-hmm. And I really think that she's a demise to the show. And I know me speaking this means nothing because I know that her fandom base love her. Yes. But I'm telling you, if you just let her go, and even if it's just for a year, and let's see what kind of show we would have. Mm-hmm. If you want to keep quiet, because she can go too. She is the one that she's not responsible for nothing.
No.
It's too much with her. And she done been in arguments with just about everybody on that cast, yes. Even Mariah. Mm-hmm. That lets you know something wrong with her.
Right.
But I don't know how they see it. So, but nevertheless, I hope
we do.
I just hope that I know they're not gonna let Heavenly go. And for me, she stinks up the show. I just can't. And what do you have to say? We just told you our highlights of it.
Yeah, because that's really what it was all about. Just the group trying to work with the dynamic, and Contessa's like, hey, I'm going to invite everyone. Everyone's invited. I don't care who has a beef with who. We are adults and we are doctors. And we have
but Quad isn't.
No, not
so she act just like a non-doctor.
That is true.
If she was a doctor, she would have understood that.
Well, clearly Heavenly did it.
Well, Heavenly did. She was there.
Yeah, she was.
She was working. She did show up. Remember, she did show up. But Quad didn't. Quad showed up, didn't do not. Well, she's not a doctor. And she's upset because her boyfriend, but they on the blinks. They're not going to make it. Believe what I'm telling you. And it's sad to think that they may not come back to the show. However, it is out there. How true it is, I don't know. That Dr. G did drop the charges. Mm-hmm. So we'll see as the season goes on. No, they coming on, right? No, they going on.
Yeah, the reunion's getting ready to come up soon within the next couple weeks.
What a mess.
Yeah.
But I'm here for it.
Yeah, we know Phaedra's not going to be at the reunion.
I don't blame her. She said these are mean girls and Phaedra's like me. Uh-huh. And they kind of make what Phaedra did wrong. What Phaedra did was right. You're not going to drag me to the mud.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if Dr. Sweet Tea and Dr. G leave, I think that they're going to really miss out having, because they got the wet blanket, which is Quad. And if Sweet Tea and Dr. G leave, I don't know if they gone or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But if they are not returning, I think that that is sad, because
Yes.
I don't think that they should allow the people be the controller of the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of control.
It is.
And I think the show need a shakeup.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to bring a younger couple in, maybe somebody in their 40s or late 30s and stuff. I think you need to. What do you think?
Fresher, younger
You need some fresh, yes. So Sweet Tea is not alone.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if you get rid of Dr. Heavenly, I think a lot of the schisms verbally will go.
That is true.
I do believe that. I think that Dr. Heavenly is a minus negative on the show,
mm-hmm.
and she thrives off of it, and so does her husband. That's my opinion. I used to feel sorry for Damon, but now I don't. No, that's just two birds of a feather flock together,
mm-hmm.
you know. And I don't know why she works so hard. She's on the show. She's a dentist. She's got her. She's on YouTube. What's she working for? She must have an empty life. She ain't got nothing if she got 3 jobs.
Yeah, honestly.
Whew, her daughter hung up on her. You like, go on.
Right.
So
call me up about how I'm spending money.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we hope you enjoyed our recap on Married to Medicine. I vented. I said how I felt. I feel hopeless because it just seemed nothing's going to happen to get rid of Heavenly.
Yeah, or just
they just drain my energy. Just drain it, you know. So anyway, if you enjoyed this and you got through it that far and you like our commentary, well, please give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, well, subscribe to us. You know we need it. You know we love you. We thank you for joining us. Please, if you like our content, please subscribe. And you know what we say? Sunflowers.